kind of been a while since I've talked about summer. And you know, the biggest thing, I've got a baby tomato coming up that sticks out to me is when a child goes missing. There's parents that refuse to change their phone numbers for years. There's parents that refuse to move or change their address. Some people never leave the home place where I hate some of my neighbors. There's some parents that never leave the home place where that child goes missing at for fear that one day that child may return. So that tells me, with that hill being empty, Grandis is left, Candace nowhere in sight, that our two suspects knows exactly what happened to Summer. Exactly. Why would you leave the hill? Or why would you leave your home if there was ever the chance that somebody could even drop her back off? That whoever took her could get scared. That the police could come on to them. And decide to just drop her right back off where they picked her up at. You know, if it's a local SO and they decide to get paranoid and decide to drop her back off one day, and there's nobody there on that hill. Even Jody, Sue, and Andy have left. So there's not even a neighbor across the street. So all four of our suspects is nowhere to be found, right? Strange. So there would really be nobody to take possession of Summer if she was to show back up. And that just really speaks volumes to me. That tells me everything that I need to know. That tells me that they know exactly where Summer's at. And that they know that she's not coming back to that hill. When I went and took my son's ashes home to turn them loose, I got pieces of my great-grandma's rose bush. And I am a gardener by no means. I have never really grown roses or anything. Really don't know that much about them. But I brought just a cutting back of my great-grandmother's rose bush that my grandmother has had in her yard for almost 100 years. And I mixed some of my son's ashes in with the soil. And if and when this one ever blooms, it is going to be a really pretty purple. But so far it's growing, and that's awesome. And my daughter brought me this banana tree, and it's got to be moved. I did not realize how big it was going to get when I planted it. And this is another little rose bush that I got that belonged to my grandmother, my great-grandmother, that was in my grandma's yard, that I just got a little tiny piece of the cutting off of and mixed some of my son's ashes in. And like I said, this looks like a mess out here because I am not a gardener by any means. I've never tried to grow anything really. This is the first year I've ever tried to grow